Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we'll be playing in the lab. And I do have to say straight away that I think this has been my favorite lab so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed the rules, and I think that this is more in the direction that they should be going with labs. I'll explain the rules for those of you who don't know. It's welcome to the jungle, time for a little field research. So basically, you can use a pre-constructed deck or use one of your own. Both players have vulnerable, immobile jungle monsters on their board, and your objective is somewhat to kill your opponent jungle monster, grant you a powerful buff spell. There's one that draws a card and refills mana, there's one that summons a pretty decent unit, and another one gives all units in your hand and deck 1/1, and then it scales up as you kill the more difficult monsters in there. Killing a jungle monster spawns another in its place next round. Watch out, the new one may be even stronger, as I just said. And essentially there's some bans because, you know, a particularly Shadow Fiend and Culling Strike would be pretty ridiculous. But we are going to play, and we are going to be playing with this deck. I guess I'll show you the deck here before we go into it. And essentially, I think that this deck plays really well, and I'll explain some of the reasons why. But essentially, it's already a very powerful deck, we all know, and some hate. And that is a Scouts, sort of Scouts deck. I would call this more a Bannerman deck than a Scouts deck, to be honest. But Here's what we're trying to do. Obviously, we're trying to get down on the board some big units, and obviously with the potential to grant extra buffs to all of our units as well, this deck becomes even better. You know, we have Bannerman that can grant big buffs to all of our units, but then combining that with the fact that we can, you know, use that spell we get from the jungle monsters to give even more buffs to our units is just, you know, you can start to just outpower the board and just go really, really crazy. And you kind of want somewhat smaller units for when you use that, so that, you know, you can just fill the board up with a lot of good units. Now, we are playing some different ones. With the nerf to War Chefs, I actually think Lucian and Senna will be put in quite a bit more. Because you obviously want a good 2-drop to go with Fleet Feather Tracker. And Lucian and Senna are pretty good 2-drops, and especially in the format that we're playing it, the jungle, I think Lucian is really good because the jungle monster, obviously your opponent is trying to kill. So you essentially have something your opponent is always trying to kill, which is why we've made another change as well, which is Vanguard Redeemer. And, you know, obviously if we've got an extra unit that kind of has a big target on its head that our opponent wants to kill to get that buff, Vanguard Redeemer gets extra value, Lucian gets extra value as well, and stuff like Senna is also really good because the first jungle monster has 4 health, and Senna is obviously a great way of killing that straight up. It is a 1/4, the first monster, and getting rid of that should be somewhat of a priority. Other than that, it's a pretty standard list for a sort of Bannerman deck. Nothing too surprising in there. We're using Misfortune as well as our splash to, again, the jungle monster has vulnerable, so, you know, Misfortune allows us to hopefully kill it somewhat easier as well. And stuff like single combat, you know, we can use as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think this is a pretty good deck to be running into the jungle. So, and I've had a lot of fun with it. This jungle in particular, this lab in particular. So yeah, by all means try it out, and let's get in to some of those lab games. Okay, Mono Demacia. So a similar sort of deck. Cythria I kind of like. I like one Senna. Maybe not the Pursuit. I think we're looking for just a nice curve here. Would like a 2-drop possibly. He's on Fleet Feather.
New recruit reporting in.
Would I trade this? He's on Mono. Probably the quicker deck. I think killing these is more important. And this gives me the chance to kill that next turn. Yeah. Not next turn. Like I can deal 2 to it this turn, and then turn 3, kill it. So I will just do this. Because now he'll be, I imagine, somewhat inclined to go for this.
By my honor, you must
Fiora. Do I just go for this? Could have single combat. Ranger's Resolve. Ooh. Would I prefer to just let this die? I think so. I think we can get better use out of our Ranger's Resolve.
Let them eat swords.
Takes it with that, that's fine. We'll probably utilize this now whilst we still can. It's another Redeemer. We can give barrier to something, that's pretty nice. But I like the idea of going center, I think. We obviously have to kill this somewhat. So we'll go for this. Goes for a repost.
I have no time for fools.
That's actually fine. It's actually pretty costly for him to go for repost there. Because this is an unbuffed unit. And we're about to get a lot of buffed units, so that's fine. The thing is, Fiora obviously can go and get 2 kills. Fiora, man, I didn't think about Fiora. Fiora's pretty good. So we'll buff everything up. Thing is, he hasn't buffed this Fiora. He goes for the Raptor. Interesting. This is still a 4-3, so he's still going to need more tricks. A 3-2 Fleet Feather, that's pretty nice as well. So let's go and give you barrier.
Got your back.
One banner, one destiny.
Into Bannerman, not ideal. Do I have to wait here? This Fiora doesn't have a great attack. Can't really challenge this. He can challenge this. But yeah, I think I just pass. Yeah. That's obviously fine. Now I've got a choice of whether I'd rather play you or you with the challenger. Guess we'll go for the extra draw. Another Genevieve, that's pretty nice. And we might as well do this as well. So that's a 3-4. I think we do just slam down this Genevieve.
But I can't.
Raise the banner.
Another Bannerman.
Their pride will cost them.
So let's probably get rid of you. Lessen his ability to challenge anything.
You're covered.
Plays barrier on the Fiora, that's
For our allies.
interesting. Second Bannerman though, that's frustrating.
We will not hesitate. Hold nothing back.
I can't attack with you, can I? How many kills is Fiora on? 2 still. Do I want to take this Raptor? Would I rather have more space for Genevieve? We'll do it. And I think we'll take the mana gems at this point and just try and outvalue him. Although we could go for an extra buff. Let's go for more buffs. Let's just really, you know, go crazy on him. Now we'll be looking to save up. So if he develops here, we can save this with this bright steel.
Let them be souls. Oh God.
Doesn't develop. Takes that. Seems weird, but fine.
You would test my steel?
This does lose to Ranger's Resolve somewhat. We could go for that instead. This is slightly better against Ranger's Resolve. Fury is up to 3. We have to be careful with what we do here. We need to pick something with ideally pretty high health. Start with you. That's fine. Okay, and let's go. Let's go wide here if we can.
Sentinels of light don't fear the dark.
So we go for the draw. Yeah.
My shield is yours.
Oh, I should have gone for this. That was a mistake. Not a massive one, but a mistake. Oh, he is on 10 mana, but
My strength is yours.
hopefully I can rally this turn and just get off a big effect. Now this Genevieve can kill a couple things.
I'll write my own story. These woods belong to us.
So let's start with, I guess, you. If he uses repost, we've got Ranger's Resolve. He could go, if he's got repost single combat, I think he's won. Goes for that single combat there. That's interesting. Okay.
This will be quick.
Obviously, I took this first because, you know, the life gain. Was he hoping to just draw? I mean, he killed that Fiora, so I'm pretty happy about that because that's, I think, how he was going to win the game. So now, obviously, we just take.
Nothing back. My gun does the talking.
I just take what we can, and we'll look to use Relentless Pursuit as well.
I won't back down.
And we can use this to summon another one as well. Summon another unit. So he's going to draw, I imagine. Oh, he buffs up a Garen. So, we're going to summon this thing. The 610. And then we're going to use Relentless Pursuit. Pretty nice, eh? Hey! Oh, that felt nice. Up against Lucian Callista. Obviously we don't want them. The single combat we can probably drop as well. I think this might be one of the just the pre-constructed decks, which I think I got this one. It isn't terrible. Yeah, we can go for Cytherea first. Look to weaken this. And go into Fleet Feather Fortune probably. By turn 3 obviously we should have the kill. Nothing from them on 1. Let's see what turn 2's got installed. It's got a Lucian installed. Kill this with the bird obviously. I guess I'm taking that hit. I can get this effect off a turn earlier, and I think that is worth it. Could go for the mana gems. I think we'll just go for the Allies in hand and deck 1/1. 4/4 Misfortune. It's pretty good, I think. Can also kill this. Yeah, so
No prey.
we go for Misfortune. I doubt they have too much of a way to deal with this. Could have Callista. Obviously I'm dragging the Lucian pretty much. There's no single combat worries really. Could go for that if you wanted to, which it does. Which is actually a mistake, because now the Misfortune thing will kill this anyway. So that my bird doesn't have to die. And he could go for Ranger's Resolve, will keep this alive, but not the Lucian. My bird would die at that point, but I think that's a fine trade for me as well. And getting off this jungle stuff, you can see how important that sort of is. Just goes for Glimpse instead. That's okay. We're still getting the kill on this, so we can either buff these up again, or what I think I'm more likely to do is go for maybe the cards. So we can gain a mana gem and draw a card, which obviously brings us up to 5 as well. I do think that is worth it. Because it just means we can play more stuff. We've got a pretty decent hand anyway. Now we're a mana ahead as well. Genevieve also looking pretty nice there. He plays Ranger. I'm just feeling pretty good. I can't do this and kill that this turn. Do I need to? I don't think so. I think we can just go for this. He'll probably attack that, but this is dying as well to this, so that can't feel overly good. Will I trade that? Will I just take 3? I think I'll just take 3.
I suppose.
Yeah, and then he'll take that. That's fine. I can Genevieve now, and that's going to feel pretty good. It's going to feel really good. You know, with a bunch of challenges on board, he's going to go for the buff. But that's fine. Now we're just in line with what he is anyway. And I imagine he's going to find it somewhat tough. Now mine's a 3/7, so he's not going to get rid of mine this turn. And I can obviously pick off a unit, pick this off, and be feeling pretty good. Misfortune will almost be leveled up as well. Like in this, some champions just feel even better. Like Misfortune, the fact that you have a permanent vulnerable target that's probably not going to be killing your card, just obviously feels pretty good. I could even go for this and summon a raptor. That would push a lot of damage this turn, but is that worth it? We're not killing him this turn. So let's... Are we killing him this turn? We don't know. We don't know. He could play a lot of things, right? So let's not go... he could single combat, like... Oh, back to back. Oh, okay. So there's a trade in now, but that's his whole turn. And obviously we just won't drag this. Obviously we'll just hit him instead. Get him down to 2. And now if we can't kill this Misfortune, like, we've won, basically. We can do this straight away if we want, which will give us just to summon a unit, I guess. I don't think we'll need much more, but it's looking pretty good for us right now. We've got obviously good options here. We've got good options everywhere, pretty much. Dawn Speakers. I think that's doing that much. Let's do this. Unless he's got 3 1-drops in hand, I think we should be good. Like, Dawn Speakers, I think, is the opposite of what you want in this type of thing. Like, yes, it's giving your things 1/1, and things are dying, so you'd think this would be good, but it's so slow that the game just isn't going on that long. Okay. I could even... I mean, he's dead, right? No matter what I do, he's dead. He's just dead. He's just dead. But we'll do it anyway. Why not? I'm pretty sure this is the pre-constructed deck, and you might want to just, you know, take their ideas and change them. Yeah, there we go. Woo!